Welcome one and all to the glorious glow of a summer day in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. We greet you at American Legion Stadium, where tonight's match is presented by Novant Health. And a simmering tension is spinning up in the USL League One. The run-in now ripping downhill as tonight's fixture is a true classic. It's the Richmond Kickers on the road to see Charlotte Independence, and Charlotte happy to be home here tonight after traveling cross-country in the midweek, a top-of-the-table clash inside the playoff seedings against Spokane. It did not go their way. 3-0 the final score, the first time that Charlotte had been shut out in a game in 16 consecutive all competitions, and now it's 2 defeats on the skip, so adding extra levels of compulsion to the performance tonight that they must show up and play well against this Richmond Kickers team. And you see it, the results rolling in. Both these teams starting to struggle a little bit. Richmond have been in the doldrums throughout the year, hoping that they might arrive tonight with the spark that could potentially save their season in the back half. Charlotte hoping to avert a late season stumble. If they can get all 3 points today, there will be no reason to be concerned about them. But 3 consecutive defeats would be worthy of the attention. At home, they have been excellent, though. 6 wins on the year, only the first defeat of the season in their home venue, coming to the last time out against the Chattanooga Red Wolves. In that match, a wild one, as this team is one of the best offenses in the division and only get amplified when they're playing between the 4 lines of their home stadium. Javen Romero, on the other end, will have a big role of maybe shutting down this Richmond offense and trying to keep Charlotte clean. They've conceded 7 goals over the last 2 games, and that's been the thing that's been a miss. They will score the goals. There's no problem there for the Jacks. It's whether or not they can keep their own net from being blemished. That is what needs to be resolved here today. And Richmond, as the contestant on the other end, trying to maybe get a couple goals in their own right, have struggled so hugely on the road. That is why the opportunity in front of them is so massive to prove that they can come into a venue like this and get something done when they absolutely need it. 7 goals scored, 22 conceded. They've been hugely leaky on the defensive end. It could be a big opportunity for Brian Ownby, the caretaker manager, to get his first league win with the Richmond Kickers. Zahir Vasquez in the lineup today. He will start for the first time for the Richmond Kickers. He is our Gatorade player to watch here today. Just signed last week, 45 minutes in the last match off the bench against Spokane. He will hope to lend his quality in the attack and get Richmond from their place where they are currently stuck in the mud. And it's all coming up when we return. USL League One. The ties only growing in import as we arrive at the most interesting stretch of the season. Lineups kickoff. That is up next here in North Carolina. Charlotte Independence and Richmond Kickers.
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want a plan that fixes this fast, and an expert who will talk me through it. I want a heart specialist at the top of the field, and a scar too small to notice. I want to be back out here because I want to give them what this place gives me.
For nationally recognized heart and vascular care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best physicians, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Your Charlotte Independence!
Want an affordable and exciting outing for the whole family? The Charlotte Independence has you covered. Introducing the Charlotte Independence Family 4-Pack. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks, starting at only $80. It's everything you need for a family night filled with soccer fun. Come see your Charlotte Independence play at American Legion Memorial Stadium. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your family 4-pack today at charlotteindependence.com.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story.
8 a.m. Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Lineups coming fresh from the press, and they're presented by Capelli Sport. And for Charlotte Independence, there are no alterations to the team that lost their last match in the midweek against Spokane. Same starting 11 for Mike Jeffries, maybe trying to make a statement. Important to know, Luis Alvarez working back from injury, got the run out, reintroduced into the team last match. He's on the bench again here today, but hammered by injury. Charlotte Independence trying to become whole out of the final push. For the Richmond Kickers, there are a ton of changes, 7 of them to be precise. Only Hayden Anderson, Andrew Richmond, Sam Layden, and Matt Bulldog able to retain their spot in the commensurate group from their match against Spokane. That happening last weekend. Again, lineups presented by Capelli Sport. And kickoff is soonly approaching here in North Carolina. Charlotte Independence coming off back-to-back blemishes on the record for the first time in a long time, up against a Richmond Kickers team that would be unfair to describe as anything but desperate. They need the points, and that adds a degree of tension to this game and makes it quite exciting. Howdy, folks. I'm Peyton Gallagher, and this one should be a good one from American Legion Stadium. Charlotte back at home, trying to get back up off the mat after taking their first home defeat of the season in a crazy game a couple weekends ago against the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Just keeping you abreast of the tactical machinations that might be playing out over the course of this game. It was given to our crew as a listed 4-4-2 for Charlotte Independence, but has the flexibility, specifically based on where Matthias Gouffroy might set up, to play as something more similar to a 5-4-1 with Clay Dimmick as the right-sided center back. At least in the present tense, it does appear to be something more true to form to that 4-4-2 structure. Slashed over the top, aiming for Prince Sadie. Going Espinal in a bit of a bind. He works it out well. Charlotte do regather. This is the highest flying offense in the history of the USL League One on a goals per game basis. Scoring well up over 2, one of only 2 teams ever to clear that specific bar of 2 goals per game on their current trajectory. The other one, Union Omaha, in 2024, and what did they go on to do? Win the league. Charlotte Independence are taking target of that exact task. Clay Dimmick, never the big-headed player, always consistent, always straightforward. Started all 122 games he has played for the Charlotte Independence. Clay Dimmick, no player in the division has played more minutes than him over the last 3 seasons, and you make mention of the big-headed line because it is Clay Dimmick bobblehead night tonight. Romero, well-spotted ball into the middle, but snapped upon quickly by the Kickers. Romero able to get it right back. Undaunted, he lifts one towards the back line. Came with a thud off of Swabu Maru. Espinal has been close quarters inside the first 5 minutes. Richmond leaking out on the break. Bulldog in first time, and Kirkland was many steps behind it. Only 1 win across the last 12 games for the Richmond Kickers. Ryan Ownby now in as the caretaker manager after the departure of Darren Sawatsky. It's not too late for them, though, especially if they can harvest all 3 points in what would be a result of monumental uplift here on the road against one of the league's best. Falco Jorge Escobar is our center official today. Miles Lyons was the one taking the lump. As we mentioned off the top, it has been a rough and tumble stretch, dealing with injury for the home side. The injury report presented by Novant Health, and it is a laundry list. Both teams a little bit patched up and down. The Kickers also coming into this game with none reported in terms of injuries, but that's because there are not many new additions. Several key faces not in the team today, the likes of Ali Sasanka, who's been down for some time, Neil Seufert, as well as Luca Dorado, who was a very promising addition to this team at the front end. Here's Clay Dimmick. Charlotte just starting to assert a little bit more control over the game in the early going. Another scoping delivery from Romero. Brian Ownby has massively emphasized trying to clean up the defensive side of things for Richmond. They've been much more committed in those defensive responsibilities as of late, sitting deeper, trying to absorb the pressure where they can, and then take their cues to maybe flip the field and engage the press. The offense has also dried up as Mike Jeffries will hope to keep it that way. Looking on from his perch. One of the league's all-time most tenured managers now in his 12th season with Charlotte Independence. Been with them the whole way in their venture in USL League One. Of course, these teams have a long history facing one another that predates the division. Plenty of rows down the years in the USL Championship ranks between these two. Ushered wide by Andrew Richmond, who's made himself something of a fixture as of late in the starting 11. It was his first league start as a professional last time out against Spokane. Played more minutes across the last 3 games than he had in his entire professional career to date. Andrew Richmond, 203 across those 3 contests, only 100 prior to that. He will marshal the mid-park in what will be contested airspace all night long between the Carolinians and the Virginians. Sean Vinberg. Charlotte backing off a bit, fighting Vinberg to take his space forward. Funneled through to Josh Kirkland. Richmond need to get this man going. He's been the tip of their spear, and he is facing the pointing end toward an uncomfortable place right now. Espinal lined up a shot from distance and left it high. Darwin Espinal entering tonight in the midst of lengthy goalless drought in terms of the contributions, was fashioning himself the difference maker inside the first quarter hour. There is Brian Ownby, his first managerial charge, stepping in as the caretaker manager. Got his first win as a coach against Greenville in the Cup. The results have started to sturdy up a bit. A couple crooked numbers thrown up through those first matches or so. Foul called. Only losing 2-0 to Spokane. Does start to seem like Richmond are creeping in the positive direction week on week. They have been the late arriver time and time again in the league's history, making those playoff pushes down the stretch. In the present tense, they're pushing on into the attacking half. Don't make it very far. John Becerra. On the front foot, having not scored a league goal over the last 3 games. Flipped on, daintily so to Kirkland. He was offside.
The offside flag is up. It'll be an indirect hit for the Independents.
Amilcar Sakalju and Tyler Bowe start the linos today. And just for the measure of accounting, Islam Peskinar is the 4th official. Charlotte have drawn a league high stepping into today, 53 offsides. Only Portland among other League One teams are above 34. They are very good at exactly what they just did, playing that offside trap. Kirkland thought he was in scot-free. That was not the case. Get another bite at the cherry here now, though. Looking to angle it back. Buddy down in the box. Romero's won it clean. There is no video assisted referee in the USL. So that call stands where it is. A little bit of a shove on Romero. And that will be that. Certain foul there. A chance to review exactly what the scuffing in the area really made out to be. That's just a clean tackle. Javen Romero having a standout season, and you can add that to the catalog. '20-year-old currently sitting at the top of the charts in duels won and aerial duels and recoveries and clearances for this Independence bunch. For such a young player, albeit a fairly experienced one, he has made himself possibly the first name on the team sheet for Mike Jeffries this year. Romero on the ball again. In addition to all the defensive accolades, also the team's leader in touches and passes. Beaten back initially, and the clearance is finalized by Sam Layton. Bonin and Romero again. Fabrice Singa rounding the corner. It comes loosely into the middle. Kept alive by Baquero. Attempting to break a line, and the corridor closes quickly in the middle. Strong tackle put in. Richmond aren't really mincing their words about how they're looking to get forward, and more appropriately, maybe the pace they're trying to do it at. Every time they've won the ball in the middle or in their own half, they have looked up and located Josh Kirkland immediately, regardless of how many defenders were in his way. Only one goal for Kirkland in the last 11 games. In fact, that's the only goal that Richmond have scored in that time frame in the league. Lost. In fact, it is a risky tackle from Layton, pressing on our Charlotte. The cutback might be there, and Jan Filion is happy to watch it coast by off the block.
Over the end line. It's going to be a corner kick.
It will be a corner. It will be Charlotte. Starting to look much more menacing now.
First set piece opportunity tonight. Come on, Jacks fans. Let's hear
23
ya.
first half goals for the Jacks so far this year, leading the division. They start hot, also leading the league in first quarter hour goals. This is their sweet spot. Taken short, top of the area now. Amaya going for goal. It stings the gloves of Jan Filion on a strike that honestly probably looked better than it actually was.
Jefferson Amaya with the shot.
Bustling tackle, as Kirkland does well to retain for Richmond. Forced to make the call is Jorge Escobar once more. Novant Health is proud to be the official health care provider of the Charlotte Independents with same and next day sick visits. Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Play Dimmick, forced to try and sweep it away. Prince Sadie. Sadie in his first year with the Independents, just a testament to the attacking firepower that this Charlotte team sports as the ball is pressed out of play. In fact, Sadie scored his first League One goal against Richmond a year ago. In that moment, sporting the colors of Westchester. Traded shades of blue and gold. Sadie is the object of anticipation on a long ball. That's come out of play off the tackle of Harold Hansen, just signed last week in tandem with Zahir Vasquez. He makes his first start today for the Kickers at left back. Amaya threaded back into the middle. Gouffroy flying one into Sadie. And it comes caroming off his head, ever tall.
Gouffroy finds the head of Prince Sadie. His header is just wide. Goal kick for the Kicker.
Prince Sadie with growing influence. And as Gouffroy, who's been playing a bit of a free role so far, was able to pick his head up and realized he was uncontested. Richmond maybe a little bit let off the hook there. Coming down with a thud off the chest of Josh Kirkland's. And it's been confiscated. Will stop the bleeding for Richmond. Good tackle. Espinal. He has acreage to explore. Darwin Espinal. So often Richmond's fire starter, but now deferring to Hansen. Back behind the ball here, Charlotte. Whistling along down the far flank, the Richmond Kickers. It's Hayden Anderson. This is a good passage of play. And it'll get better. Bulldog slapped away at the near stick. And Matt Levy, the goalkeeper, has taken a blow.
It will be a corner kick for the Kickers.
Clay Dimmick instantaneously calling on medical assistance.
As the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independent,
There were several tied up in a knot at the near stick as the ball arrived, and
unexpected injuries.
just hope that goalkeeper that has had a breakout season in Matt Levy is quite all right.
Visit novonthealth.org/
May have been a bit of friendly fire. Miles Lyons was in the mix, as well as the arriving runner for Richmond.
I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one.
Backup goalkeeper today is George Tesaurus.
Informing my surgeons every move, so I get the
Cyprian
best
netminder that
I want to get
has
back
yet
with
to
the guys
appear for Charlotte in the
this
league.
Saturday, because I've got plenty of
Matt Levy has been their man,
For the gold standard in spine surgery,
and he is a tough cookie as well, back to his feet.
best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
He made his first career start against the Richmond Kickers. 8 saves on that day. He's never conceded to Richmond in a league tie.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more
He likes his chances to continue.
We've had a million nights just like
His fans have gotten an onslaught of offense all year long. This has been quite the entertaining outfit. Charlotte Independence, but they have defending to do. Immediate examination of the sturdiness of Matt Levy in goal with a corner.
let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
Richmond are the only team in the division yet to have a headed goal. This would be an opportune time. Stir in the 6. Headed away. Monin put his noggin to it, and Prince Sadie will leak out and lead the way forward. It's a 2-on-1. Prince Sadie wriggling away. Prince Sadie, it's saved. The rebound skied high. It was a jaw-dropping run just to get a shot away. Prince Sadie putting his skill and acumen on full display. Hayden Anderson not very happy about that fact. Split his wickets. John Becerra, who was trying to attach himself to the loose ball in the box, has at least minorly injured himself. Apparently it was blocked, so will be a corner kick. Vaquero is back up and back up to the task at that.
Javin Romero and his left foot over the ball. Here we go, Charlotte.
Hustled in. It's falling to the back stick, and it's a stellar save from Jan Filion. That was on course, and so too are the Richmond kickers on the break. A stiff tackle applied. It was Amaya who got himself in the way, and it's all popping off now. Jan Filion back in the starting 11 today. James Stenton making his first league start of the year in the last match. It seems that Filion maybe has taken that a little bit personally. That was one of the best saves you'll see all season long. Richmond seemed to be a little bit inspired by the heroics in goal. Flying forward with force, Dakota Barnathan. Well, let Sleeping Dogs lie, and it will go out for a corner. A chance to look back at how close Charlotte came on one end before Richmond inspect the other. Unbelievable from Jan Filion. It is no more than a finger touch. First-year Richmond kicker goalkeeper has been one of the silver linings of this season. 53 saves coming in, and save 54 is a dandy. Outswinging corner being prepared by Andrew Richmond, teenager. Turned goalward. Advantage being played, and Charlotte have another break brewing. Vinberg back in defense. Maru, he's onside. Swept wide from Miles Lyons at a canter. And cut out. That's twice in a row now. And Richmond have so violently had the field reversed on them. And the game's losing all kind of structure. Levy's out of net. A fifth gear affair coming to life here in North Carolina between Charlotte and Richmond. It's almost mind-boggling. Something hasn't hit the back of the net. Is that Louis Armstrong? Into the middle. Vaquero eyes the target, lets loose, and glides it wide.
Vaquero's left foot is just wide.
Jan Filion dismayed by the lack of structure in defense. So easy for Vaquero to get himself free and clear, and he's too dangerous a man to be afforded that much space. 4 goals on the year. Watch the USL on ESPN2 August 1st. Championship battle of powerhouse teams in the Eastern Conference. First place Tampa Bay Rowdies aim to keep the top spot with a win over the reigning Players' Shields winners, Louisville City. Saturday, August 1st at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. I think Brian Ownby might have played there. Of course, the true crate with Louisville City. Part and parcel to all the early accolades of the league's standard setter. In fact, he faced Charlotte Independence a handful of times, representing the boys in purple. Never scored against them. Did have an assist once. Another set piece for the kickers. Mile high. It's the first time Richmond have come close to providing a first point of contact, but it's because they passed the bounds of what is legal. Valco. Season tickets are still available for the 2026 season, with packages starting just $5 per match. Lock in your seats today by visiting tickets.com, charlotteindependence.com. Secure your spot with the Charlotte Independence. Again, that's visit tickets.charlotteindependence.com. Sadie smoothly infield, and as the ball was reversed in his direction, Sadie had already set off towards goal. The midfield has almost not existed in this game. Both teams almost skipping that step. Richmond have been more than content to allow Charlotte to progress the ball into their own half so that they might be able to spring traps further afield. On the other end, they have bounced forward with quickness anytime they have gotten the ball. Gouffroy guiding wide for Fabrice Nga. Looks like it took a skip on the way there. There's a man down in the box. It's Maru. Not going to get the penalty call. Back post for Dimmick. And dashed away by Vinberg, who is making, in his mind, a warranted case for offside. Again, it's Gouffroy dropping in a line and causing some real problems for this Richmond defense. And it's a corner to come.
Can we get a drum roll from the Mech Reserves? Here we go, Charlotte!
A rumble of anticipation, and Charlotte trying to sharpen up and get the opening goal. It might still stick. Sadie with the outside of the boot comes down.
Full volley for Romero goes wide.
It's wide, but it was assisted there, and it's another corner kick.
It will be a corner kick for the Jacks.
Richmond being put through their paces in defense.
With his right foot.
Serious test of their focus.
Make some noise.
Charlotte are making things hot and uncomfortable. Lifted away by Espinal, who tries to repeat that same trick here. And does, but the clearance doesn't make it very far. It was Javin Romero who was trying to employ every skill he knew. Able to twist himself free, and a foul is called. What's the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DNA, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Press being engaged in numbers, hunting impacts of the Jacks. Swabu Maru, infield it goes. Rolled wide for Sadie, who's mismanaged the finish.
Shot by Sadie is wide. Goal kick for the Kickers.
It was there, and then it wasn't. Sadie leaning back and didn't get his boot around it. And more so than any previous point today, Richmond are let off there. That should be 1-0. Charlotte have moved past knocking on the door. They're hitting it with a battering ram right now. Wave after wave, shot after shot. They do lead the league in that department, shots per game. Posting a franchise record to this point in the season. Nearly 16 per contest. Vaquero. You think they might not have a little extra motivation coming off that game that saw them fail to hit the back of the net against Spokane? Of course, this is the exact same starting 11 from that midweek match. Point to prove, that is for sure. Rainbow down to the far flank. A step inside, a sturdy header away. Second ball won by Charlotte Independence. Dimmick. Swirling in is Miles Lyons. Vaquero. Jefferson Amaya. Richmond are happy to allow Charlotte to knock the ball around in these areas all day long. They won't come out of shape. Driving ahead with force, having a whack. It had wild bite off the foot of Rahud Manin.
Saved by Filio.
Filion puts a stop to it before any damage can be done. And Manin has recovered it for Charlotte. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of NC is the official health insurance provider of the Charlotte Independence. Blue Cross NC makes health care insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family Medicare, and Medicaid plans, all from Blue Cross NC. Better care starts here. Throttled wide. Charlotte. Nodded away by Vinberg. Under duress again, the kickers, and they will take that reprieve. Out of dodge. And a foul called to boot. There is a man ailing on the Richmond side. Rhino B looks into his dugout. May have to be an early change for the kickers. Didn't get a good look at exactly what happens. Looks like that's Darwin Espinal. A player that has struggled so mightily just to stay fit, only making his 12th start of the year. Little injuries here and there have kept him in a place where he's been unable to consistently achieve the impact that he is capable of. And just maybe clipped on the heel, nothing malicious in that. And he is back to his feet, well equipped to continue. Speaking of, you can shop the Charlotte Independence's latest collection at charlotteindependence.myshopify.com by clicking the shop button at charlotteindependence.com. It is a sharp home kit, that is for certain. Capelli have done a very nice job in outfitting this particular vintage of the Independence to the nines. Jan Filion, he has been under siege in goal and will send this as far as he can. Down by Kirkland. Richmond attempts to pick up the pieces. Kirkland's still down. Referee, it's at his discretion when to stop it, and he won't. Back up and soldiering on is Josh Kirkland. Romero advancing. Hammer put through it by Sean Vinberg. Bodies are down all over the place. A very herky-jerky rhythm in the last 10 minutes or so. Snapped upon quickly by Amaya. Hansen goes in wildly. Another casualty They are flying in for them today on both sides. Jorge Escobar deemed that Hansen got there first, his imperative. Fortunately, Amaya is back up on his own too. And a correction from an earlier statement, it was actually Zahir Vasquez that was the one struggling moments ago on the Richmond side. He has come back in. So back to even numbers. Vasquez making his first start today for the Richmond Kickers, having been signed on the 17th. Made his debut against Spokane last weekend. Played 45 minutes, and he is biting at the heels of Ruud Monet, who's kept his composure. 10 minutes left in the half. Charlotte verging on 3 consecutive halves in which they've been unable to find the back of the net. For a normal team, that's not to be unexpected throughout the course of a season. For this Charlotte team, that does turn your head. How freely they have scored them throughout the course of the year.
Fans, we are past the 30-minute mark, which means it's time for halftime contestants to make their way to the Gatorade Tower. If you're participating in our halftime celebration, please make
Ball
your way
being
to the
spotted
Gatorade
for a
sign
free
to the
kick, and that
left.
ball is a Select ball. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier. USL Championship from the grassroots to the pro. Select, they're every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. And it's a miss-hit effort as things looked as they might be opening up for Andrew Richmond to add a seminal goal in his young career. Select is, of course, the player's choice, and Andrew Richmond choosing wrong with the finish. Such dynamic passing range, and right on cue, given away, but gobbled right back. Everything starts with the center backs. They open the field up and allow Charlotte to really roll the numbers forward. Don't need a lot of help. They might here, though. Kirkland, undaunted, and it's a strong-handed stop. Matt Levy sprawling. Man, did he put a brick in his glove before the game. Just popped right away, and it was likely traveling in. That is quite something from Matt Levy. Not kept a clean sheet in the last 5 games in the league, the longest such streak for him throughout the course of the year. And he seems like he's convinced himself that it might mean a little bit more if he can keep this one clean today. Driven in down the right-hand flank. High off the head of Vinberg, and uncontested Levy will claim. I think you'll like to see them come to him in that fashion, more so than the one moments ago throughout the rest of this, let's say, 50 minutes or so. Scrambled forward, and it's a bit of a blind ball. Espinal slid ahead. It's Kirkland. Reinforcements arriving. Kirkland toward the end line. Nowhere to go. Monin had obscured enough of the target to where there was no chance of Kirkland seeing a lane for the cutback. He's been working hard out there. He just runs and runs and runs. He's run himself into a professional career. Was a practice player for Richmond. Tried and true story that Kickers fans will be aware of. Just hasn't stopped getting better. Coming off a season where he was effectively the main source of offense for the fabled Virginian club. 3 goals for him on the year, but that has little to do with what he's brought to the table, and maybe a little bit more so with the injuries in the conveyor belt of service all throughout this Richmond spine. Richmond entwined with Miles Lyons there. Fabrice Inga making his second consecutive start and his first one of the year in the midweek against Spokane. There's an angle for a deep cross. Charlotte climbing the steps and entering the all-important space. And the longer they go without conjuring the quality to break through, the more and more frustrated they'll get. Goal kick on the way. Pepsi is the official soft drink of the Charlotte Independents. Enjoy an ice cold Pepsi. We're watching the Jacks. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas. Given away. There's real trouble afoot now. Wide for Sadie. 1-0. Jan Fillion's been really great all game, but a giveaway is what sees Prince Sadie lift the crown and get Charlotte a goal to the good here at home. It's a bit of a debacle, no doubt about it. But what is a convicted, uncompromising finish from Prince Sadie on the business ends. Fillion did a good job to scramble over and maybe take away the widest area of the goal. But if the alarm bells weren't ringing for Richmond at the point of exchange of possession, they are certainly ringing now. Once Charlotte get running downhill, this offense can hit a gear that very few can, not only this year in USL League One, but in the history of the division. That is first half goal number 24 for the Jacks. How do Richmond respond? Does Brian Ownby throw caution to the wind and try and get his team on the front foot to carry some momentum into the break, even at the potential cost of going down 2-0? A question that will be answered over the next 5 minutes or so. Goal number 4 for Prince Sadie in the league. Romero lands softly in a dangerous area in midfield. Vasquez. And too physical there was John Vaquero. Espinal barricaded from the ball, and Sadie strikes out again. He's got plenty of dance partners to pick out. He looks for Shuebu Maru. Gets beyond him, and Fillion will pounce upon it. Just not on the right kind of tempo right now, the Richmond Kickers. Charlotte, all-time, have been a bother team for them. Only 3 wins. All-time for Richmond against the Charlotte Independents in a rivalry that dates back all the way towards 2016. 3 wins, 7 draws, 13 losses for Richmond when they come opposed to Charlotte. Charlotte have won the last 5 meetings in all comps, including the prior matchup in the Prince Towers USL Cup this year, 2-1. That day was Enzo Martinez, scored a brace. If anything, there's a silver lining in the fact for Richmond that he's not on the field today. He's always had a taste for goal against Richmond Kickers dating back to the USL Championship. 7 career goals against them. Still ailing with injury. Sadie will latch on. Wow! Oh, it's off the underside of the bar. It was a sizzler of a strike. and landed as crookedly as it could in the upper 90 before cannoning out. Richmond just trying to hold serve and see the curtain fall in this first frame. Approaching stoppage time, and we will see what the accounting has concluded. Can't be too much in it. One real pause for the injury to the goalkeeper, Matt Levy. Charlotte throwing everything forward. Sadie has the blood pumping now. Into Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina stoppage time. There will be an allotment of 3 minutes. More than enough time for Lightning to strike twice in this half for Charlotte.
Brought to you by Blue Cross of North Carolina.
They're making themselves quite comfortable in their friendly confines. All but dominating the game, today being the first of 5 straight at home in all competitions. In fact, they will have 8 of the next 10 here in the state of North Carolina, but it's important they pick up the points in that stretch because 5 of the final 7 of these games will be on the road in the league. Another dangerous ball by Harold Hansen across the face of goal. Second or third time he's done that. Clever bit of running, but offside is the word.
Offside flag is up. That's
Looked like it was Bulldog who was trying to make that banana-shaped run in behind. Another offside drawn by Charlotte Independence, who spring the trap once more. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. And I implore you to come out and watch this Charlotte team if you have the chance. Playing some really pretty stuff these days for Mike Jeffries. So much freedom of movement and expression all down the team. And we've not even seen Luis Alvarez as Suebo Moreau swats it wide. Sadie taming it and taking it and skipping one to Jan Filion. The man wearing yellow has been a busy boy tonight. Bit of a missed touch from Monin. Invites the pursuit of Josh Kirkland. Monin able to put it together and gets slashed out. Thundered ahead by Levy. Maru provides the backboard. Onto it on the second ball is Nga. Sadie making himself right at home on the left side now. Skipping by Bulldog. Saved away in the lurch. And launched home by Fabrice Nga. Bad gets worse for Richmond. And Charlotte leave a mark on their opposition. 2-0 just before the break. Prince Sadie strikes up the move with a splash of skill. Villion gets gloves to it, but doesn't get rid of it. And anytime as a goalkeeper you parry the ball into any area between the posts, you are asking for it. And Ga, the one to provide the final poke. His first goal of the year on his second start of the year. And the bell is tolling for halftime. 2-0, final kick of the period. Proves potentially a pivotal one here in the Tar Heel State. Charlotte, 2 goals to the good against the Richmond Kickers. A glittering first 45 minutes. For the home side, it's been as good as gold, and they are belting out all the right notes. Here at home, Charlotte Independence out 2-0 in front against the Richmond Kickers. Ryan Ownby goes to the drawing board at halftime. Maybe a spark in the second half, but for now, we step aside. Halftime coverage coming up.
I need my back to give me a break. I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one. I want technology informing my surgeon's every move so I get the fastest recovery. I want to get back with the guys before I miss another Saturday, because I've got plenty left in the tank.
For the gold standard in spine surgery, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independence. From incredible goals to unforgettable moments, each match brings the excitement of live soccer right here in the Queen City. Get your tickets now for the next Charlotte Independence game as they take on 1 Knoxville SC at American Legion Memorial on Saturday, August 1st. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your tickets now at charlotteindependence.com.
At the break, and everything is going A-OK on the Charlotte side. 2-0 to score, a late goal, the last kick of the half, has Charlotte feeling much better about themselves against the Richmond Kickers. As for all the players that were feeling so good a week ago, the team of the week for the Charlotte Independence, or rather, actually, in fact, we will step aside now and look at the goal of the week and the save of the week, as well as a peek at all the stadium developments in the USL.
And a header by Scott McLeod. Baker blasts it in. Headed away, Caputo off the volley, deflected home!
Both teams down to 10 men. Teddy Baker with the service on the corner kick. But watch Abel Caputo at the top of the box. Steps up, superb technique, and it flies in off a deflection. He creates his own luck. An assist on the first goal, a game winner on the second. That's your select USL League One goal of the week.
Shot turned away. Omar Hernandez settles. He strikes. Oh my! Matt Levy springs into action.
They are more than shiny and new. The latest collection of brand new stadiums in USL are a commitment to communities. Fans in Boise have set attendance records. Finishing touches greet the fans in Fort Wayne weekly. In Greenville, Triumph fans are in love with their permanent new home. These projects take time and patience, but nothing gets a community excited like seeing a shovel in the ground. Detroit City of the USL Championship has gone from dreams to renderings to construction. At its recent groundbreaking in Southwest Detroit, Alumni Phi Stadium became a vision for the very near future.
We've been incredibly fortunate to create something that's way bigger than us, and that we have the great fortune of being stewards of it. And the stadium represents really an investment in that community an investment in this neighborhood, a tremendous investment in the city, and something that will be around for generations to come.
With this stadium, the club is investing in its future and demonstrating a long-term commitment to building a sustainable, community-driven club. I'm excited for what the future holds for Detroit City. I can't wait to be back here for the opening match in 2028. And I want to say congratulations to the fans, supporters, ownership group, and the entire community that made this amazing new home possible.
At 15,000 seats, Alumni Fi raises the bar for Detroit City. Soon there will be more groundbreakings and sounds of stadium construction as USL gets closer to the launch of Premier.
Pero falta gol, estamos a esperar a un gol. ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? ¡Llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor! Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Vas al norte! A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso. ¡Listo, vámonos!
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want a plan that fixes this fast, and an expert who will talk me through it. I want a heart specialist at the top of the field, and a scar too small to notice. I want to be back out here because I want to give them what this place gives me.
For nationally recognized heart and vascular care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best physicians, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Charlotte Independents are off to the races. 2-0 score. No lollygagging here on the Courtyard Marriott halftime report as we get a chance now to look up and survey the landscape around the division as they are off and rocking here in Carolina. We know how things are going for the Jacks, but elsewhere in the division, not a lot to report. 0-0 at the half in the derby of the state of Tennessee. Neither Chattanooga or One Knox have volunteered themselves to make the difference there. 0-0. AC Boise scoreless with one of the other expansion clubs this year. New York Cosmos 0-0 in that game. The only team other than Charlotte to find the back of the net. First 45 of the first round of games tonight is Forward Madison, and the Flamingos are really starting to soar up against FC Naples here tonight and playing very well as they enter this important stretch in the season. Greenville will see Corpus Christi at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and then the late night action, AV Alta and Westchester Lockhorns at 11 with a 9 p.m. tie between Spokane, a team that is really surging now with wins over our two teams in the first half of this week. They're playing Fort Wayne. Again, that's at 9 p.m. Eastern, so a buffet of USL League One action to take in from across the division. As we set to step aside now, we check in with Dan Lucas for all the things happening in the USL in your halftime update.
It is halftime in League One. We hope you're enjoying the match. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at the headlines No club had a better week last week than the Chattanooga Red Wolves, who notched a pair of victories over top 4 teams in League One. It began with a 1-0 victory over AV Alta and finished with a big 4-2 win over Charlotte Independence, ending Charlotte's run of 14 straight matches without a defeat in all competitions. Fort Wayne FC staged a beautiful tribute to the late John Bellio, one of the club's co-founders. Bellio lost his battle with cancer in 2025. To honor Bellio, Fort Wayne will make this night an annual event, with proceeds going to Cancer Services of Northeast Indiana. On the field, Fort Wayne defeated Greenville Triumph 3-0, and a late substitution featured 16-year-old Johnny I. At 16 years, 12 days old, I is the youngest player to see game action for an independent League One club. National Spotlight games in League One and the Championship next Saturday. Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting Louisville City on ESPN2. August 5th, Richmond Kickers hosting New York Cosmos on CBS SN. Then on the 8th, Monterey Bay host New Mexico United on CBS SN. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
I need my back to give me a break. I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one. I want technology informing my surgeons every move so I get the fastest recovery. I want to get back with the guys before I miss another Saturday, because I've got plenty left in the tank.
For the gold standard in spine surgery, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Want an affordable and exciting outing for the whole family? The Charlotte Independence has you covered. Introducing the Charlotte Independence Family 4-Pack. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks, starting at only $80. It's everything you need for a family night filled with soccer fun. Come see your Charlotte Independence play at American Legion Memorial Stadium. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your family 4-pack today at charlotteindependence.com.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive.
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Highlights from a first half that belonged in full to the home side. Charlotte Independence halftime highlights are presented by Novant Health. And it's a good thing, too, because Charlotte have grown a healthy lead here against the Richmond Kickers. 2 goals out in front, and it was warning shots galore in the early going. Prince A.D. would provide a little bit of a prelude to something to come in the near future. Unable to find the back of the net there, but he would. In this instance, a bad giveaway from Jan Filion, who just maybe blew a tire as he dispatched the ball. And it would be the man popping up in the pivotal moments, Prince Sadie, to put it home. One of the easiest goals of his long and decorated career in the USL Championship and now the USL League One. And that's another on the board for the freest scoring side in the USL League One. And of course, they would not be done. They got a taste for goal. They were hungry for more. Prince Sadie orchestrating here. Saved away initially by Jan Filion, but no Richmond player snappy enough to react. And it's steered in by Fabrice Nga. One of just a absolute onslaught of shots provided by Charlotte Independence. What was the final kick of the game? It would be a fitting way for the frame to end for the Jackson. At this rate, Charlotte are getting a shot almost every 3 minutes. That is correct. 14 shots, 7 on target, dominating the ball. Richmond has shown a little bit of spikiness, though, on the break, having put 2 attempts on target, testing the goal of Matt Levy. What you're about to see is one of the brightest lights in the USL League One. Luis Alvarez coming back from injury, got the run out last game against Spokane. Only a handful of minutes there. He will get A 45-minute tune-up. For my money, the division's best player on display now. Luis Alvarez, in on loan from Tampa Bay Rowdies, of course, was with Charlotte for many years, predating his move up to the USL Championship. Tampa rolling along at that level this year. Deemed that Alvarez was surplus to requirements, so he is greeted warmly back here in Charlotte as a metronomic midfielder with a spark of serious creativity. Fabrice Nka, he's got every reason to be bold, having scored only a moment ago in terms of game time, and Alvarez gets on the ball for his first meaningful touches. Alvarez pondering, ducks by one, and delivers wide. Prior to his absence from the team, Alvarez had scored in a whole bevy of games, a long stretch of them, 6 straight, with a goal contribution for him. Laid off and lurched wide by John Becerra.
Tries to find somebody inside the box. Ball goes over the end line and will be a goal kick for Richmond.
And I say a goal contribution in 6 straight games, that doesn't really do it justice. In that 6-game stretch prior to his injury, coming back in now after missing the last couple of matches, he had 8 goals and 3 assists in those 6 games. Finding his stride. So far in the year, 9 goals and 4 assists in divisional play. He's never really been able to solve the riddle of the Richmond Kickers, though. Maybe more detail on that here in a moment as Andrew Richmond is down and struggling. He is back up, the youngster. So Alvarez has faced the Richmond Kickers 6 times in his career. Only had the 1 assist against them. Currently second in the club's history for goal contributions with 27, and goals with 17. Only 3 off Tracer and Mbuyu, something that you would fancy him to maybe meet in both categories, in fact, 3 off at some point this season. Could he do it today? Probably not, but he's got 45 minutes to maybe do precisely that. Running downhill, Luis Alvarez. Slid along and got back in. Sadie has a pop. Big block from Hansen, who followed the run on that diagonal bias all the way through. Catapulted in off that of Josh Kirkland. Stabbed away by Amaya. Just to round things out, it was Matthias Gouffroy that exited for Luis Alvarez to be entered into the game, and Luis Alvarez announces himself with a shove. He might be fortunate to avoid a caution here. Just a stern word from the referee. Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents with same and next day sick visits. Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Collected by Becerra. Swabu Maru has spotted the wide man run of Luis Alvarez. Has not hesitated to make a difference. Maru around the keeper. Maru has put it off the post. It was a feathery fall-away finish, and it just narrowly fails to strike true for Swabu Maru. What a ball from Luis Alvarez to unlock it. Undeterred and soldiering on the other way is Darwin Espinal. Left shy of Josh Kirkland's. Rocketed ahead for Swabu Maru, who suddenly is engaged. 6 goals and 1 assist for Swabu Maru in his last 10 appearances for the Jacks in all competitions. Last game was the first time he started a match this season and didn't have a shot against Spokane. Well, he's got one now. Josh Kirkland going down in a heap after working very hard to whittle himself free for a chance to turn in on goal. Chance to look back. How close Swaymu Maru came. Luis Alvarez on a wrong-footed ball in behind. Just put it as well as he could have put it. Nonetheless, it's still a free kick and a chance for Richmond to half the deficit. Charlotte came into today, as we said in the first half, leading the league in shots per game. That number was just below 16. They've effectively achieved that number for today in 50 minutes against the Richmond Kickers. Unbelievable. It is the new boy, Zahir Vasquez, offering his quality over top. Up and over. It was a pretty good ball.
Free kick goes over the end
Sam
line
Layton
and
not
will be
risen
a
to
goal
it.
kick coming
Matt
out
Levy still
for the
probably
Jacks.
would have been a little bit anxious about his destination. Pressured out over the end line.
Ball defended over the end line. It's going to be a corner kick.
Prevailing
for Richmond.
opportunity for a corner kick. This
Let's
time it'll
get
belong
behind
to
Matt
Darwin
Levy,
Espinal,
your
who has
defense.
3
Make
assists
some
on the
noise for
year.
Jack.
Again, 4-game G+A drought for him. He's deferred to something choreographed, and that's a good hold by Matt Levy off the bounce. Goes down in the heap after launching long for Luis Alvarez. Off the back heel. Over the head of Alvarez. There's danger on. Kirkland. Alvarez gets back and forth and gets it back. Romero can press towards the corner. And that's a heady foul. At least a heady dive, not to mince words, by John Baquero, who sensed the contact. It's an easy way out as the pressure was rising. Hayden Anderson on his back. Sadie brought back in by Richmond and Bulldog. Wide for Darwin Espinal, itching to make an impact. Espinal sizing up Dimmick. Espinal flashing beyond the reach of goal.
It will be a goal kick.
Goal kick.
For the Jacks.
It's a nearly moment for Richmond, who have had a handful. Most of them because of Darwin Espinal's involvement at some point down the road. They're not out of this. The Richmond Kickers, it only takes the one in this whole game. Entire barometric pressure shifts. It's getting away from one. It's given away again by Luis Alvarez. Vasquez, Kirkland. Almost seemed as if as the ball arrived, he didn't quite know which of his 2 plans to pick. There was a runner on his left, a runner on his right. He ended up getting it to none of them, and it's Charlotte well on their way. Maru just trying to wrong side Sean Vinberg to throw in for Richmond. Turn your next outing into a game day experience with the Charlotte Independents. Groups of 10 or more can walk out with the team, play on the pitch at halftime, take a post-game photo on the field. Book your group today. Make memories at the Sportsplex or American Legion Memorial Stadium. Of course, Sportsplex is rearing to go for an all-important tie in the USL Prince Tires USL Cup in the nearing days against Hartford Athletic. Charlotte a chance to advance all the way to the semifinal and match the high water mark set for a USL League One team in that competition a year ago by the Greenville Triumph, who incidentally were put out by the eventual champions Hartford Athletic. Villion rumbling ahead out of the back are Richmond. Off the head of Kirkland, coming down to Dakota Barnathan, who's lost his shin pad. Barnathan bundled through. It's a bit of a clumsy tackle by Rahud Manin. It's a free kick, soonly approaching for Richmond, who are starting to grow into this game. Already looked a little bit brighter in the final third than they did for large swaths of the first half. Matt Levy understands the task at hand. There are plenty of players in this team that are proficient in this dead ball situation. Richmond have only scored 2 direct free kick goals in their entire time in USL League One. Espinal, and plucked from the sky by Matt Levy. Luis Alvarez, Kevin Romero, Clay Dimmick. Rattling down the touchline, Miles Lyons and wide. Prince Sadie. Pushing forward with pressure, Dimmick. It's blocked, it's a corner.
That ball defended over the end line is going to be a corner kick for the Jacks. Number 5, Javin Romero headed over to take the corner.
Javin Romero is heading over to take the corner.
Here we go, fans. First corner kick of the second half. Who wants to see a third goal?
Charlotte eyeing a potential knockout at the hour mark. Swabu Maru! It is a sweet finish. And Swabu Maru has made the difference yet again. 3-0 now. A sugar kiss header. Just separated at the last second and falling away. He was able to coax the ball to his command.
Now you know what we have to do. It's time to read.
He's hit them hard.
Let me hear you.
And that is another goal for Swabu Maru on the year. You can make it 7, and you can make it 3 tonight for the Charlotte Independents, who well nigh at this stage have set themselves apart from their opponent.
Goal by number 26, Swabu Maru. His 7th goal.
Just as it looked that Richmond were starting to edge into the game.
Black tie transportation.
That is the mark of a really great team, not just in the sense that they were able to put such a demoralizing blow on Richmond in the moment at which Richmond were starting to feel a little bit lighter, in the sense that that Spokane game was not an easy one. Across the country, one of the longest trips in the division only a couple days ago. Mike Jeffries fielding the same starting 11 here today that he did in that match. You lose 3-0, you get shut out realistically for the first time since April in that tie. And then you come out and do this. Very impressive. Stepped away by Fabrice Ngat. Luis Alvarez lying in wait and launching forward. He's got fire in his eyes and he's got runners all about. Alvarez can't pick the lock. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source, of course, for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the MLS, USL, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. This would be Hayden Anderson, swerving a ball in, not done away with. Bulldog. This is the last game that is slated for his 25-day contract. Now in his third stint with the team. Brian Ownby, in conversation ahead of this match, did say he'd like to keep him around. And this is a big moment. At the hour mark, Daniel Moore gets to come on. The Charlotte native grew up playing high school soccer at North Mecklenburg High, only 15 miles from American Legion Stadium. Went to the University of Charlotte, played 2 seasons in college there, then got drafted by Charlotte FC. So you gotta imagine he's got some people close to his heart in the stands in attendance today. He gets the final half hour to acquit himself. Tyler Freeman will join him. That is the end of the debut run out for Harold Hansen. So there goes Daniel Moore. Full 90s for him across the last 4 games in all competitions. Had not had any prior, and even though he comes off the bench today, he is making a much bigger impact as of late. And Tabo Nare will come on to replace Fabrice Nga, who scored that all-important second goal just before the break. Changed the tenor completely. All right, coming off the bench again. This has been a role that he has consistently inhabited as this safety blanket defender. Extra center back coming on, probably a change of shape. That'll be his longest run out, Nare, since May 30th at least. Part of that was only 13 minutes. A little backspin and stay on. Tyler Freeman gets the better of his man and gets end line. Cutting cross, jabbed away, down to Hayden Anderson. And a shot ripped from range is going to tower toe. Christopher Jaime also has checked into the game for Charlotte Independence. A triumpher and a former LAFC 2 teammates in action now. Tabo Nare and Jaime there a couple years ago, as well as Javin Romero. So from coast to coast, and Charlotte are happy to have all 3. Of conversation in the eyes of Jorge Escobar as Jaime was trying to set off quickly. Not sure if the free kick even belonged to him in the first place. Barnathan. Scooped up by Miles Lyons. Espinal on a pivot. Just too many Navy shirts in his way. Maru. And Jaime has fresh legs and he's keen to stretch them. Skips out of 1 tackle and pays the price as he is whacked hard. So here Vasquez putting a stamp on him. Aquafina is the official water and hydration partner of the Charlotte Independence. When the game heats up, cool down with Aquafina. Luis Alvarez almost exclusively inhabiting this near touchline, and the regions nearest to that gets busy. Kirkland, like a just losing of the balance by Andrew Richmond. But it's kept by Richmond kickers. Daniel Moore Freeman and into the middle. Barnathan, who is firmly playing in midfield today, has mostly been deployed as a center back this year. Sloping infield, it's Anderson. Left a couple players behind him. Hooked away. Spinning open is Anderson. Contested by Luis Alvarez. It's just silly. Luis Alvarez playing with his food. Bit dangerous area to do that though. And he's gonna give it away. Anderson infield, off the bar. Not quite sure what Luis Alvarez was doing. And Richmond arrived on the scene with every intent to do harm. Just gave it away. Anderson kept it on, stayed with him the whole duration. Let's just say Tyler Freeman did not tickle that ball. He smashed it. Fortunate that Charlotte were not blemished there. Kirkland. He's not got much support. Finds a way to filter in the ball anyway. Richmond haven't let go of this just yet. Brian Ownby would like to refresh the deck. There is a change in triplicate approaching. Vasquez, it's a good ball. Skips across a placid pond in the 6-yard box. Daniel Moore. Gathered wide by Espinal. Aiming for Kirkland, hits his head in the end of it. Richmond gets a poke at it. Now Anderson, longest spell of sustained attacking pressure in the game for the Richmond Kickers. Daniel Moore. Espinal, it's stylish! And it's just wide.
Shot is wide.
It was blocked. It's a corner.
Correction, it will be a corner kick for
And Espinal will gather it to take this. Josh Kirkland has gone down. This Richmond player is still waiting to come on. He is right back to his feet though for the corner.
Substitutions are brought to you by Atlas Chiropractic.
And here do come the changes.
It's Richmond making the adjustment.
Derek Penholzer, namely among them, as well as Austin Amer and Owen O'Malley. So it is a full swap of the parts in the midfield assembly. So Richmond would love to draw some blood and put a jump into the game. Dialogue happening between the official and all parties involved with interest for this corner. Smashed in, and it comes down wildly. Still might be there for the Richmond Kickers. It is a spread leg block. Bit of gymnastic defending provided by Sway Boomeroo. Kickers undeterred nonetheless. Well, that could be a cheap giveaway. It actually might be very costly. Becerril. Miles Lyons streaming ahead. Daniel Moore's nearly lost it in the lights. It will be shepherded quite sturdily out for a goal kick. Smoothly wide and thumped route one. A high header comes in. It's out of touch. Daniel Moore creasing in. Austin Amer. Amer scoping the scene. Anderson. It was coasting to the back post, and at the last stitch, Charlotte refused to split. Shop the Charlotte Independence's latest collections at charlotteindependence.myshopify.com by clicking the shop button at charlotteindependence.com. Mustered over the end line. Given away to Hayden Anderson, who spots a man infield. It's now pushed wide. This is Freeman, who could not lift the ball off his foot quickly enough for Charlotte to be really exposed there.
Over the crossbar, it'll be a corner kick for Richmond.
Out swinging corner for the Richmond Kickers. It's a good ball. It's hit the post again. Off the top of the bar.
The deflection goes over the crossbar.
That is the third time in this game, both ways, the woodwork has been stricken tonight.
Substitutions are brought to you by Atlas.
Such a good ball, swinging away, impossible to deal with for Charlotte. And nonetheless, as close as Richmond just came, that will open up the window for Vigo Ortiz. Around these parts, they say, I go, we go, Vigo. And he is on and into the fray, the only teenager in USL League One this season to score multiple goals. In from what was not very active stretch with the Charleston Battery, but a player with plenty of promise and eager to make his name known with Charlotte this year. Oh, just snaking away. Panholzer pushed into the service of Zahir Vasquez, who's invited Anderson in on the party. Hayden Anderson gets away from him, covered by Tarek Panholzer. Anderson winging in on the left foot. Infield, Vasquez!
The ball was tipped out by the Jacks.
It's
It'll be a corner kick for
then
Richmond.
belted away for another corner. Thrust away, not all the way away. Some calls for a foul. They'll go unheard. Amer goes it again. Hangs high. Overhead attempts. Still there! Off the woodwork again and steered home! It was Sean Vinberg who scored against Charlotte a year ago for the Portland Hearts of Pine. And he scores today. His first Richmond kicker goal is a quickly taken kick off the redirection. That was absolutely hammered. Richmond have put it onto the woodwork on 3 occasions in this game, but it's through pure stick-to-itiveness that they get the goal. That is their first league goal in well over 400 minutes. And if anything, that is a victory for Richmond here in this game, a game that is not over yet. Vigo Ortiz. There's fashion in this move. For Charlotte, a block at the end, and Filion will confiscate it. The kicker's encouraged. Charlotte must be weary not to switch off. After all, this is the USL League One. Wild things have been known to happen. Christopher Jaime with an intent to end it as Swabu Marouz swatted it wide.
Marouz shot is wide of the mark. Goal kick for Richmond.
Richmond with nothing to lose. Their goal difference is at a place that is cringing upon irrecoverable at this point. As is, to lose this game 5-1 makes no difference to them, at least in terms of the exchange rate on throwing the numbers forward and getting a chance to maybe get a point from this. Could see a wild final quarter hour or so. Jaime breezing forward, and as Maru was bending outward, the ball was bending inward across his face. What's there for Richmond? Clutched at by Panholzer. In for Tyler Freeman. Off the hop. It was Richmond hot-footing it forward. Matt Levy was happy to take a relatively easy bit of catching practice. So here Vasquez is the one struggling.
Novant Health understands that an active life can mean unexpected injuries. That's why Novant Health offers same-day appointments and walk-in care at select orthopedic clinics. Visit novanthealth.org/ortho now to learn more.
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want to play it.
Pause in the play as Richmond get their bearings in a game that has changed a little bit as of late. Vasquez down. A chance to switch some water and make any machinations of late comeback charge. Vasquez being evaluated. Now, if there is any potentiality for a head injury here, and that is the region that Vasquez is directing his massaging to, it would be a situation in which both teams are afforded an extra. Jeffries has to be content, even the late goal concession aside. Charlotte have used up 2 of the 3 substitution windows. Luis Alvarez coming on at halftime. That doesn't count as one, so they can still make one more change. Richmond are fresh out, though. They've used all 5. Well, 2 ways to split that. So unless it is a head injury, they will be down to 10 men the rest of the game, but it does appear that that provision will be allowed as Beckett Howell is going to come on in defense and replace Vasquez, in confirmation from the public address announcer that that will be the situation here, and that is how the rule is supposed to work. Don't want a player to feel the extra degree of being compelled to try and push through a potential head injury because they don't want to send their teammates into a position where they have to defend with 10. This is exactly as the rule book intended the practice to actually play out in reality. And in turn, Charlotte will be allowed to make one extra change as well. Hayden Anderson. Sam Layton lays forward for Hayden Anderson, who gets in an early cross. And that was something that needed defending by Romero.
Ball defended over the end line. Corner kick for Richmond.
And that's another corner kick for the Richmond Kickers. Every time they draw back their bow, Charlotte start to breathe in more sharply. It's not been for lack of trying. 16 shots in the game for the Kickers so far, and they still got 10 minutes left. Ball in. Stabbed away. Panholzer goes diving at it. And the break can't fully brew. Anderson, Panholzer, and it's tidy and neat combination for Richmond Kickers. Gatorade is the official sports drink provider of the Charlotte Independents. After a long day on the field or at the gym, make sure to replenish those electrolytes with Gatorade. Any flavored sports drinks, all down the list. Off the back heel, Panholzer. He's been lively since coming on, but can't make that stick.
That ball defended over the end line. It will be a corner.
It is a corner, though. Another in what is becoming a long succession of them for Tyler Freeman. Delivered in and ducked out by Dimmick. Luis Alvarez will shuck his man O'Malley. He is trying to bring out the party tricks again. He's lost the ball again. Very casual from Luis Alvarez. Summoned down in the middle. Bodies into the box in force. Levy arrives. Fire blanket. Piece of goalkeeping. USL Championship and League One on the CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Colosso Network and ESPN Plus. And USLChampionship.com, USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Presentation of this division, for that matter, the USL Championship as well, has never been better. So many ways to watch the league covered, with a high degree of production and intrigue. Appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight on this Saturday. Very busy weekend, which will be a theme the rest of the way in the United Soccer League. Clay Dimmick on the night where his bobblehead was given out. It has all been nodding yes for Charlotte Independence. Vigo Ortiz with the green light, driving in on the right, now twisting to the left. Sauntered out of the first tackle, but ran out of runway.
Vigo Ortiz's shot into the side netting. It's a goal kick for Richmond.
Cued forward, good touch to take the sting out of the ball, and Richmond might make use of it still. Beckett Howell. Tyler Freeman approaching. Freeman going for goal! Just wide of the post. You got the sense that Matt Levy Knew where it was charting. Pretty half-hearted dive from him. Almost a real thunder crack from Tyler Freeman, who just kept moving and moving and moving closer. Nobody came to come get him, so he fancied a pop.
What an affordable and exciting outing for the whole family.
Man down, getting a stretch.
Has you covered. Introducing the Charlotte
Didn't get a chance to see who that was.
4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks, starting at only $80. It's everything you need for a family night filled with soccer fun. Come see your Charlotte Independence play at American Legion Memorial Stadium.
Charlotte aren't able to make a change here if that's what they choose to do. Looks like a Maya. Amidst all the injuries that they've been experiencing. Here he comes.
Number 24, Jefferson Amaya, coming in his Independence debut.
That is the debut for Jalen Orr, 22-year-old from Gastonia, North Carolina. You see just the beginnings of a smile stretch across his face. Appreciation of the opportunity. But he means business, even in a 3-1 game. Jaime. Hurtling forward at pace is Miles Lyons, and it's a standout tackle from Owen O'Malley to get the ball off him. Fighting hard to the finish line. Brian Ownby will have to be happy about at least that point. Richmond have looked their very best in the most adverse portion of this game. But ever still, if this result holds, and it looks like it will, that Sean Denberg goal will feel good to break up the scoring drought that persisted well over 400 minutes in the league. But that being said, well, hold on now. Tarek Panholzer. It looked like he was about to seize the imperative, but instead had the ball seized from him by Luis Alvarez. Chwebu Maru chugging along and going straight through the back. Those Sam Layton, those two have been engaged all game. That's what I was saying. It does look that Richmond will drift further off that fateful red line that you love to see when it's below you and hate to see when it's above you. And there goes Jalen Orr. Maru has lost out now. Hayden Anderson helps it along. This is good stuff from Richmond. Right on cue, it's Romero puts himself in the way. Nearly loses the ball. Just sticks on with it. Undeterred, undefied. Luis Alvarez has lost it again. Not been his game. Freeman contested by Orr. Gets it back. Freeman! Flashing wide again. That was the chance to really make a game of this game. That guy has a trumpet, and he knows how to play it. Now, where does one acquire a shirt like that? Probably a place that only guys that can play the trumpet like that can shop. Trumpet man, we salute you. A long and rocky road to get back up off the mat again for Richmond. Into stoppage time, Jaime heaves it wide. Not in the 18 last game against Spokane. It was a sub against Chattanooga in the predating game. Prior to that, had only missed 8 minutes the entire year. He's come on and has tried to sign his name all over this. In behind for Beckett Howell, who is offside and can't believe it.
For the Jacks.
5 minutes of stoppage time is the count. 2 goals in this half, 1 shared between each team. I wonder if the trumpeter takes requests. We'll get some people on that. Jaime interludes, but only momentarily. Help along header from Beckett Howell and picked off by Monin. I've been told that the brass section, if able to, should play Baby Shark. If we can get that message relayed, that'd be appreciated. Trumpet's playing, but the fat lady is not singing just yet. Richmond's, they can get one. It is still possible with 3 minutes left. Panholzer waiting for reinforcement. Another good tackle by Romero. He has turned himself into some player this year, Javen Romero. Maru connecting the dots. And swerving wide for Luis Alvarez. Luis Alvarez! Oh my word!
Luis Alvarez tries to bend one. It's over the end line. And a goal kick for Richmond.
He didn't even have any backlift on the strike. Sometimes players just have a relationship with the ball. Jaime. Corralled into the corner by Daniel Moore on his homecoming. Thrust high into the sky. Alvarez angling in, couldn't get the better of Freeman. He's trying to get it back. The craziest thing about Luis Alvarez is, despite all the proficiency, 9 goals, as we mentioned earlier on the year, he's also hit the woodwork 5 times. Another near miss a moment ago. Those 5 are the most in the division. It's only 2 off the all-time league record of 7. Backheel flick. All the tricks on display for Charlotte Independence, and now it's Vigo Ortiz. Vigo Ortiz blocks. Big brave block at that.
That ball defended over the end line. It's going to be a corner.
And it will be a corner. That might just send us across the line. Sam Layton getting in the way.
Number 11, Vigo Ortiz, headed over to take the corner.
Short to Alvarez. The referee just has to blow it dead, and he does. Charlotte Independence roll right on by the Richmond Kickers. Back to the winning ways from Mike Jeffries and the North Carolinians. 3 big goals smattered throughout the middle 30 minutes of this game. And it all opens up for Charlotte to leave one on an old rival. Prince Sadie put the first one in the back of the net, and to that point is our Aquafina, man of the match. He tormented the Richmond Kickers all throughout the early going, shown the brightest in a very bright performance from the home side, the Jacks. They look like the real deal. Charlotte bounce back from consecutive defeats and grab all 3 points with 3 stylish goals against the Richmond Kickers. Final comments and dissection coming up when we return.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independence. From incredible goals to unforgettable moments, each match brings the excitement of live soccer right here in the Queen City. Get your tickets now for the next Charlotte Independence game as they take on 1 Knoxville SC at American Legion Memorial on Saturday, August 1st. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For County.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story
8 a.m.
Coming up next as well.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Sway Boomeroo, one of several that got in on the fun tonight as Charlotte take this one over the Richmond Kickers, 3-1 in the final score, and back amongst the wins for the home side of Jacks. It'll feel awfully good as they get to revel in the results here a little bit at home. Plenty to look at in terms of all the fireworks from the tie. Over the course of 90 minutes, Charlotte just proved better than their Virginian contemporary. A giveaway from Jan Filion would start the feeding frenzy. These full-time highlights are presented by Novant Health. And the man of the match, Prince Sadie, would deposit the first one. Growing amounts of goals for this Charlotte team who just can't help score. 39 now on the year after today. They would not be done in stoppage time with the final kick of this first half. Charlotte would double the distance. Saved by Filion initially, but Fabrice Nga would provide the final touch. Prince Sadie once more involved in the making of it. Step over, a ball that slid into a very dangerous area at an even more dangerous height. Jan Filion can't collect. At the hour mark, a corner kick. Swaybu Maru would rise the highest to rock it in ever so calmly and sweetly. Just a lullaby of a header. Richmond would get something in the 75th minute. Move to the back post, knocked down, a chance at it, then another. Resilient in the box, and it would be Sean Vinberg that would gain the applause at the end. It was a live one off the post, but as that won't count on the shots on target, these Novant Health full-time stats for Richmond. An offensive performance that's shown a lot of signs of life for Richmond that haven't been there in some of these recent games for Charlotte. Just more of what they've done all year. 8 shots on target, 21 shots, but they had 15 of those at halftime. Definitely called the dogs off a little bit in the later reaches of the game. And let's see where that leaves us now in terms of the table. These are brought to you, these standings, by the Carolina Office Solutions. And it does have Charlotte now on 33 points, but with the goal difference and some of the tiebreakers falling their way, up ahead of one Knox. Union Omaha with that result the other day against the Portland Hearts of Pine in the midweek. Currently with an extra game played, sit on 35 points, but the race for the number one seed is really heating up between those three teams. This is the bottom half, and that is where Richmond will continue to exist. A goal difference now of -20, only ahead of the bottom of the table on the account that the Cosmos only have the 1 point behind them. They have work to do. They still have time to do it, but it's running out quickly. So it's back to the drawing board for the Richmond Kickers, but Charlotte Independents have been able to illustrate a masterpiece today. Another signatory performance for the Carolinian club, and they take this one at home 3-1 in front of their happy faithful. We thank you for being with us tonight as we say goodnight for our cast and crew here, folks. I've been Peyton Geller. We'll talk to you soon. The bell tolls 3-1, the final score. Happy trails from Charlotte.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.